Now then everybody, Travis here again, and today we're going to go over how to get to 1,000 subs in under 6 months.
6 months.
Don't show off. Right, so let's start off. There's been a lot of talk. Obviously, my channel's grown drastically in the past few weeks now, and I am almost at 1,000. I'm like 53, I think, off now at the minute. There's a lot of people thinking that there's certain things that have gone into this, and it's been quite an easy ride for me so far, let's say. But we're going to dispel some myths today on how to get to 1,000 subs and everything that's gone into this last 6 months.
Yeah, it's been, even for me, I mean, last 6 months, it's not been easy for me. And I had to do it because my channel was dying on its ass. So that's, these 6 months, the reason I've been doing what I've been doing and the reason you've been doing what you've been doing is to see if it works. And the growth of my channel over the last 6 months explains that it does.
Yeah. The stuff that we've been working on and trying, and there have been a lot of things that we've been working on. This isn't just a case of I'm bandwagoning off a loot to get subs and everything. We have put literally hours of phone calls in, haven't we? I spend more time talking to you than I do talking to my wife, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to. The research into trying different things, and it's not just. It's all about content at the end of the day, but you've got to make people click that content, and trying to make people click that content is what's hard. So you have to understand marketing, and everybody calls good marketing
clickbait.
Clickbait, but clickbait is when it's not contextual. And if you do a video that's contextual and it's the thumbnail makes you think this is just going to be clickbait, and then you enjoy the video, then how can that be clickbait? But the way that YouTube works now is making more and more and more people go down the very clicky thumbnail route. And that's not our fault.
It's just what YouTube want. We're just, don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah. It's kind of what it boils down to at this point.
You've got to do it, because otherwise I'll disappear, then I don't make any money, then I don't make YouTube videos.
That's
as simple as. So, and even if you're a new YouTuber, I don't want to be one of them. Sometimes you've got to be a sheep, but there's a way to be a sheep and stand out.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it is you've got to do what YouTube want you to do, but be unique enough to grab everyone's attention.
Yes.
So it is a balancing act as far as that's concerned.
It's like back when I started YouTube, what was that, 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago?
2016.
2016, yeah. So when I started in 2016, it was long form videos, It didn't really matter on quality. Everybody was still using their phones. Even some of the big YouTubers were still pretty rough quality. And this is only 3 years ago. It's crazy what's evolved on YouTube over the last 3 years.
There's been a massive
boom. I think it's because technology's become cheaper overall.
And even second-hand technology, like what we're doing now and what we're shooting on. This has been another big thing that we've. That's all we talk about, to be fair, really. Is cameras, yeah. What camera we're getting next, what we're using, lenses, because a lot of people, I'm not saying you have to go out and spend loads of money to get these subs, but it helps.
It does help nowadays. It's better quality. But it's your audio quality that matters. And I mean, we're only using cheap microphones. But what I was saying about when I actually started out is, even if you look back to my first videos and what made the channel what it is, my first videos, as much as people probably won't agree with me, it was very clickbaity. It was how to make Null Oil, how to make Flock as good as the shops. Yet nobody ever complained about them titles. Nobody complained about how I did them videos. But yet, I was doing it back then, and that's why I grew so quickly. Because in wargaming, I was watching what the vloggers were doing. I was watching what video gamers were doing. And I was like, every wargame channel I watched, I think a decent sized wargame channel back then was 2,000 to about 5,000 subs. As in, the new standard is 10, 15k.
Yeah, it's a lot. Getting to 1,000 subs isn't what it was 2-3 years ago.
No.
You got to be looking towards 10k. And most people who are doing this are looking for that, so they can hit that magic 10k number and sign the NDA agreement with Games Workshop. That's what a lot of people are going for.
Yeah. And but to do that, it's not about subs either.
No.
It's not about subs. And the whole, how many subs have you got? I'm not bothered about subs. I don't check my sub count out. I never look at it. If I've got a video that's performing well, I sometimes think, is this been a subbable video? Because a lot of my videos that actually perform well don't normally bring that many subscribers.
I've noticed that more the videos that have had lots of watchers and gained retention have not necessarily provided a lot of subscribers as well. That's so finding the balancing act. Yeah, I understand people want to reach that magical number of 1,000 so they can monetize and everything else.
You need fan. There's no point monetizing 1,000 subs. Pointless. The amount of money that's in it, it's
you have got at that point. You've got to be pumping out way more content, and then what content matters, but quality of content matters.
If you had 1,000 subs and you could monetize and your videos were getting 30, 40, 50k hits a video, then yes, it's worthwhile monetizing. You don't make money on subscribers, you make money on hits. And if your videos are only getting 100, 200, 300 hits, you are going to be making a penny per video.
Yeah.
As in, you're going to be making nothing.
Wait, you mean like £1? Well, it depends, because there's all. Then you've got
It
the
depends
argument,
on
the
the
CPM argument, because that varies so much as well. And this is the stuff. A lot of people won't know what CPM is,
No.
because this is literally the sheer amount of time that we have spent working this stuff out over the last 6 months. A lot of people seem to get stuck in a rut. I think that's.
It's the editing rut for me.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate editing. Thing is, you got to think, as a terrain builder and as a YouTuber, you want to be on YouTube to show people what you can do and to show how much you enjoy your hobby. None of us are cameramen. None of us are video editors. None of us are social networking wizards. But yet you need to be all of them.
Yeah.
And it's like when people say, when I do a board build, people say, oh, why are you rushing stuff now, Luke? Why are you not putting all this extra detail in? And that's because I'd only be able to do one video a month, if that.
Yeah.
And it's then if I'm only doing one video a month, it's pointless me doing that video. The difference is I'm a business, and I understand there's a lot of people that'll just do things to put it out there so it's a library, and if people watch it and click it, they'll upload willy-nilly. That's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that actually want to be on YouTube and the people that want to be a known YouTuber. It's not about quality. Before you start thinking, oh, I need a camera, I need this, I need that, you need good audio and you need content.
Quality content.
Quality content. Not army showcases every time you build an army. Not people want to see things done.
They want to see finished products and how you got there.
Yeah.
That's another one. They want to see how you got there. And
DIY craft. Look at them channels with the overhead.
yeah,
Like building cakes and all the viral videos. The reason they do so well is people mindlessly watch them. And you've got to think, how can I make somebody that's not interested in this hobby watch a video?
Yeah.
And if you go in with that insight, I'm sure you'll produce some content that a lot of people will watch. However, this is the other problem. If you've got Patreon, if you've got other forms of revenue, if you've got a casual audience, then people are not going to pay you.
Yeah.
Because they're not interested. They just want you to make crappy videos for them
Yeah.
to watch while they're sat on the toilet. They're not good. This is the problem. The more commercial you go, as in so you think massive audiences, the less people are interested in you.
Unless the reason why they come is because of you and your personality.
Yes.
And you're striking a balance between personality, what content you want to put out, and what content your viewers want as well.
Yep.
Because what you want to do and what your viewers want are sometimes very different things.
Yep.
Which is part of the reason why I scrapped my old channel and did this one, because I'm ultimately making the content that I want to make.
Yeah.
That's what it's about for me. This is the content I want to make that's hobby related and do some other fun stuff along the way.
Mm-hmm. The one thing with YouTube as well with me now is sometimes I will just literally make something that I want to make and do. Them videos don't always do that well. The videos that tend to do well are the videos that I just think I need to do this for a client. I need to do this. Like the one day board builds, for example. I hate doing them. I absolutely hate doing them for the simple reason is I put no time in them. They take a day, 14 hours, 2 days sometimes. But it's a very rush, quick, green board. Everybody's seen my system work over and over and over and over again in every video. I fire one of them out and they'll get 100k clicks. I'll do a Mars board that people ask in the comments for, and I'll do a lovely thumbnail, and I'll give YouTube everything it wants, and I think that video got 16k hits.
Yeah.
As in,
It will really weird because there's so much effort that went into that as far as filming angles. There's a lot that goes into doing the videos that most people don't see.
The retention side of it, so your casual audience will watch it, so it's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
That's the bit that you need to... It's like, if you watch a TV programme, it's not one locked off camera. It's 4, it's 5 cameras, and it's constantly changing, and it's to keep you locked in and engaged. That's why I have multi-cameras. It's to make it so, 1, it's a little bit quicker and easier to film, but 2, also changing the camera angle makes it a bit more interesting to watch.
This is why we've ended up spending so much money in this last 6 months.
Mm-hmm. And even though I've spent the money, I've not bought anything that's... It's still all entry-level gear.
Yeah.
I'm shooting on entry-level DSLRs.
Yeah.
It's just that I've bought a DSLR with autofocus, so it was a little bit more expensive.
Yeah. Camera, lenses, tripod, microphones, lighting, sliders,
but all them
gimbals,
all them things that you can list and think, the things that add up. It's all the little grommet screws.
Yeah, grub screws.
It's all
cages.
the little friction arms.
Yeah.
It's all the bits that nobody ever think. Oh, it's like, oh, I want to do a channel, right? And then you go, right, I want to put my camera here. How am I going to do that? Well, that's another £100.
Yeah.
Just buying loads of bit of brackets and
friction
stuff to
arms,
make it fit.
light panels, F clamps. There's literally, you're like, oh, and then you get sucked into that tech world again, don't you?
And then you need it. So I'm not saying don't let it put you off, because there's so much you can do with a mobile phone. I'm gonna do a video on showing people how to film painting miniatures just using your mobile phone, using an arm on an actual, like a crane arm that moves around. That's all very cheap. And it'll show you how you can use your monitor as a light and everything else, just to make it as cheap as possible. But the thing that you can't teach is the content, and it's it's the personality. And if you are quite reserved and you are quite awkward, you need to practice.
If you're not from Yorkshire, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah, but you need to practice. If you look back at my earlier videos, I am quite confident, but I have worked on stage for 10 years. I'm a different kettle of fish. I've not sat in an office all my life. You will develop a personality, because when you start talking to a camera for a living, or most of your life, you just turn into a blibbering idiot.
Yeah, you do. There's a loss of sanity somewhere in doing this.
It's not being false. It's trying to make people like you, but without sounding like a popular kid at school.
Yeah.
Put it this way, the way I understand it is, you know how people say a camera adds £10? A camera also takes away the energy that you put in. So say, for example, you just sat here talking and everything else and you're not moving. That makes you look very still. If you talk with your hands and you get a bit more mobile, and like I'm a wobblehead when I talk.
I'm all hands.
Yeah, you over-exaggerate, but yet you appear more normal on camera.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah,
right?
It makes sense.
Because when you watch yourself back earlier, I'm sat in my chair, I'm leant back, I've got my arms in my waist, and I'm just sat talking, and it's boring. Even though the channel did well back then. But what I'm saying is also YouTube's now changing.
YouTube's evolved from what it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, you've got wargaming channels popping up now that are smashing 15k subs in like 2-3 months.
Yeah,
just like that. And they're following awesome thumbnails, great titles, trying to tag in vloggy stuff, or like Amazon video, like the cheapest thing on Amazon. And then people are bringing that to Wargame. I've bought the cheapest brush, and then videos just go massive because they jump into the shall we call it, the normie YouTube group.
Yeah,
and YouTube pulls it through because it just sees it as a normal video. If you start doing, I've just bought this model from such and such, and you call it just bought my first wargaming model or whatever, it's not going to get dragged through. You've got to sort of be clever with your titling, not being false, not lying, you've just got to go, bought the most expensive kit from Games Workshop. Question. Put a question in, it's safe then, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it is a question. It's not a statement. We're not telling you something that's not true. It's just a statement. It's a question. With a question, it's an open-ended thing. We're inviting you guys in.
Yeah.
And that's our thing. You're inviting whoever's watching this now into our little world of utter chaos, which is most of the time.
Yeah. And even if you do everything right, don't expect it to go right.
Sometimes it just don't. Some things
I've
go
put
wrong.
For example, my favourite video I've done in a long time was my forest tile that I did on the desert. Spent a lot of time editing that. Spent a lot of time filming it and laying it out so I think a general audience would watch it. Proper thumbnail, as in the Luke Towey style thumbnails, as in I really just had a go. Did nothing.
It's weird because trying to figure out what people want to watch without doing yet another at the end of a video. What do you guys want to see? When most people don't answer that question anyway.
The people in the comments normally are the people. If you supply for the people in your comments, it normally doesn't do very well.
Yeah.
The reason I did the Mars board is because the amount of people that asked me for a Mars board, I'd think, well, this is going to do well. It's like, for example, lava bases.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know how to do lava bases. Them videos, there's not a high-ranking video on the internet.
It didn't do well.
Snow videos. Everybody wants to know how to do snow. There's a lot, like my diorama ones have done okay over the years, but they never did any well. Is it all the things that people want to do, they never do well? It's weird.
Yeah, the Salamanders video I did that as a test piece for the guy I've got this massive commission for, and I was like, right, I'll shoot it, I'll paint it, shoot it, and I'll mess with my camera angles because that's what I'm trying to working on, trying to find out the perfect camera angle for me for doing these painting tutorials, and that did 1,200 views out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. I think thumbnail were good, title were good.
I told you to ride the wave and it didn't because his ceiling fell in.
Yeah, so it kind everything. From doing the last video with Luke where I got subscribers, and then to that one there were a gap. It literally they stopped, and then I dropped that video, and then the subscribers came back. So it showed me that format of video works well, and it's something that I did kind of off the cuff. It were spare at moment thing. I'm like, right, I've got to paint this. I'll do it.
And some of my rush videos that I think, I'll just fire it out, it'll do. It's like my contrast paint one. I didn't really want to do it. I couldn't think of anything to do for a video. I went out and bought some contrast paints, and it got 40,000 hits in a week.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Everyone's raving about 4K now, and yeah, it's good if you're going to be doing big things and cropping them down. You're still going to keep resolution, but most people won't be uploading into 4K on YouTube anyway.
No.
So don't worry about 4K.
The only thing I would say about 4K, if you're going to be primarily, I can't say it.
Primarily,
can't say it.
I still can't get it.
Still can't say it.
Primarily, yes.
Yeah, if you are going to be a miniature painting channel, I would suggest having a camera that shoots in 4K. Now, not because it's better quality, it's the fact that you can have the camera further away from the miniature and then crop in.
Yeah.
Because trying to keep a miniature in focus
is a bloody nightmare.
It's a nightmare when you've got it close. And the only thing is, this might not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but you have to have the aperture closed. Is it closed? Smaller aperture, even though the number's larger. Is that right?
Yeah, to maintain a big focal depth.
Yeah.
So you've got room to move around and it don't go out of focus. You've got to have your f-stop or your really high, your aperture really high, which is your higher number.
Means you've got a very small amount of light that gets into the lens. So you then need to spend money on proper lighting, which then that gets expensive because I have softboxes. I mean, this is a 4-foot softbox, and I sometimes have to have 2 of them around the miniature from the back just to get enough light in to shoot at f11 to have it close. I only shoot in 1080p because I don't have 4K cameras because we shoot on Canon, which are more or less disposable cameras this day and age.
Yeah, like they're so cheap now. You can pick up a decent Canon camera for like what, 180
quid.
It's cheaper than that now. They're about 130, 140.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, you can do it cheaper, but if you are shooting in 1080 and you're doing miniature painting, do be aware that you're going to have a lot of money on light, a lot of light to look good. But if you buy a 4K camera, like if you go Sony or whatever, you can have the camera further away and then just crop in. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now because we're just talking gear.
Yeah, we say this is what we do. But this is the point. This is like what everything comes down to every time. Another thing that most people miss off as far as wargaming YouTubers is collaborations.
Yeah, collabs. I mean, the one thing that I said, especially when Travis got involved and Oliver was actually sat in the other room editing my videos.
He's working.
We'll kick him in quiet. There. Yeah, he's not got enough subscribers to sit in here.
I've got nowhere near 1,000.
You're coming in. You're coming in. Come on, coming in.
Am I allowed now?
You can come in. We'll let him in. We'll allow him in. This is Oliver from Broardsword Wargaming. Go and subscribe to his channel.
Doodles.
Not that subscribers matter.
No. But go and watch his videos because his videos are really good. That's probably a better thing to say.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
it
thanks.
is.
There you go.
Battle reports done right.
Yeah. So collaborations. Let's get back. Let's get this back on track. This is what a lot of people don't do. They're kind of selfish in the production of the videos.
People are very, I don't know. As in, it's like people think they're gonna steal their watchers. It's not like that. It's like you do know that channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 5. People will watch whoever they want to watch, and it's like if you look at my subscribers, some of them they come and go all the time, and it's like people use you. They'll fulfill a need.
Yeah.
As in, for example, say somebody wants to see how to flock a board. They'll subscribe because they're learning at that point. Once they feel they've learned enough, or they've found somebody better, or they've found somebody that they see eye to eye with more, they'll follow them. It don't matter if if people come and go. Don't be worried about losing subs. I lose what, 500 a month?
Something like that. You had a massive drop the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like I did really well, and I ended up with like 300 subscribers from the video we did,
And I
then
lost like 200 and odd.
yeah, it
From that same video.
same video. It
Wow.
was absolutely mental. It's like my subs have dropped, mine went through the roof.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But then I've gained them all back. What happens is for example as well, what I'm saying about this sub for sub culture, what's not good about that is on Instagram, Instagram, I feel that's where sub for sub came from. At least if you subscribe to an Instagram channel, it shows you their pictures because it's a timeline. Every time somebody posts a picture, it goes into the timeline that everybody swipes across. If you're subscribed to sub for sub, like that amount of people on YouTube, you're not going to sit and cycle through all them videos. You're just going to unsubscribe. You're just going to sit there and be a dead sub, and then YouTube will remove you anyway.
Yeah, if you're not interacting with the channel or the videos that they're putting out,
YouTube
eventually
just get rid of
they'll
you.
just remove it anyway.
And that's where a lot of my subs go. It's old subs.
Inactivity, yeah.
And the biggest video for me that caused me the most sub drop is my video that's got 1.6 million views. Everybody said, "Oh, it must be great." Or like the worst thing about that is I had like 15k subs in a week.
Yeah.
And then ever since that point, that video loses me the most subs because it's people have subbed on that video and then they have never seen another video since
They're
that.
just not engaged with your channel whatsoever.
YouTube hasn't pushed it like they pushed that.
Well, that was like a viral video for you.
It
wasn't
was
So
a
you say
viral
it's
video.
caught on with people who aren't necessarily interested in the hobby,
Yeah.
just people who've liked that video and thought this is cool,
Yeah.
looked at it once subscribed or whatever, and then not looked at you again for 2 years.
Go for views. Subs are important to it as a fan base, but the more views you get, the more fans you'll recreate. And subs will come from your views, not views come from your subs.
Yeah.
Views do not come from subscribers.
No. Because there's going to be some times that you'll post a video and
That person's not interested.
they're not interested in what you're doing. They're not there. They're doing something else, and then your video gets lost in the list of the 400, 500, 600 other people you're subscribing, so
Yeah.
they never get round to watching it again.
And definitely, like, especially, I don't know if you feel the same way, but as a newer channel, I'm always trying different types of videos, different styles, different formats. So like you've been doing, right?
That's
like,
all my channel
yeah,
is. It's a different video
and,
each week.
And so people are going to like one and then might not watch another, and then there's one you might think's crap, you put it out, it does well. Whilst you're still flowing and changing, you've got to try and keep up with, I guess, what you think people want. Maybe I don't know. It's tough, but you want to do what you want to do. But at the
That's
same
it.
time, it's tough. It's a real gamble on what videos are going to do well. So I learned from the start. Like I never really I've presented and like wargaming. I never used a camera. I never owned a camera. Like we were talking about a year ago about cameras and mics and stuff like that. And you have to learn to use that tech.
And I was passing on the information that I'd learned
From
from
him.
him.
So it's we've gone.
It's gone
full
cycle.
circle.
And
Yeah,
another-
thanks for that info you
It's
gave me a
alright,
year
it's
ago.
alright.
and another mate called Tom who works in broadcasting, but that's it.
And then, but as you say, like pushing out those shorter videos, that allowed me, like my first video to my last one, allowed me to learn how to use stuff. Like my very first video was just lots of crossfades because I found crossfade. I thought this is amazing.
Crossfade!
Everything's crossfade.
Fade
It's
to
just
black.
two me's, like, and fade to black. I love fade to black, can't go wrong with that. But yeah, I learned that, and now like I don't really use that anymore. And then you do like the B-roll stuff. I didn't do that. It was just my face crossfading into my own face. like for 10 minutes. But you learn that, and I think that's a good way to improve, is just to do it, right? I
think-
was scared to do it.
I think before we go, we should talk about B-roll. If you're a talking head channel, or you're doing an unboxing or a review, when I used to watch unboxings, if there's any YouTubers watching this and gonna go, you just taking piss out of my channel. I'm not taking the piss. Nobody wants to watch somebody open a box for 20 minutes. So review the product and then show in short panning clips the bit that you're talking about.
That was my. I did a video on the Space Marine, you know, the £5 boxes.
Yeah.
That's what started me off after watching some other videos on YouTube that not relevant to wargaming whatsoever. And I'm like, right, I can use this, and I B-rolled the shit out of a Space Marine Heroes box, and I sent it to Games Workshop. I think you can see it in the background of the How to Get a Job at Games Workshop video.
No.
An £100 gimbal from a phone. I would B-rolling the shit out of everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But the unboxing was me taking the lid off, showing you some sprues, and then saying, this is an army. This is what everybody else's army is going to look like in 6 months. I didn't even do any close-ups to the camera, and that for me was one of the best unboxing videos in views-wise I'd ever done.
Yeah.
And it's from that point I just did short, snappy unboxings. I think the quickest unboxing I did with that Mantic Giant, where I actually unboxed and built it in 5 minutes.
Yeah. That one as well, yeah, it's nice.
As in, unboxings are great, and unboxings used to be a good thing for YouTube, as in because people used to love watching what you got in the box and everything else. That's what you need to show, but not in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I'd agree with that.
I think because people are getting quicker. Life's fast. Nobody wants to sit and watch 20 minutes of somebody opening a box.
Probably won't want to sit and watch 20 minutes of us three rambling
No,
shit.
no,
but-
Well,
no,
40
yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Or 40 minutes. But it's like, just B-roll isn't like fancy panning shots and, you know, like,
It's building,
Short
telling,
depth of
telling a
field.
little story. Your B-roll is going to be a little story of what's in that box.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
and then overlay it over you talking about it when you talk about it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be fancy. It can just literally be you holding your phone and just
Moving slowly.
slowly.
Yeah.
Just
Slowly.
and just literally drop that over your talking head footage, and then you going, what you get in the box is these 3 sprues. Whereas if you was talking as well as opening the box and then showing people the 3 sprues, that would take 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas once you're saying these are the 3 sprues you get and you think, it would take what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, that's
If
it.
that.
You can cut it down. I think, although YouTube do like the 10-minute plus videos, there is still quite a strong market.
Nobody watches for much longer than 6 minutes.
6
usually.
minutes, right? Yeah.
Like, even then, I think I think David Dobrik's kind of nailed it. 4 minutes 20. His entire vlog, daily vlog, or weekly vlog, whatever it is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And he's absolutely smashing it.
Yeah.
But you'll watch all of it.
Yeah.
You'll sit and you'll watch from start to finish.
Only time I watch things start to finish is if I'm really, really interested.
Yeah.
If I'm wanting to learn something or I'm wanting to take something from something, or like, oh, that looks pretty cool, how has he done these few bits, I will skip through.
Yeah.
I can't watch a video unless I really need to watch it all. And if they're longer than 10 minutes, I don't usually click them.
There's certain people I will click on because I know I'm already engaged in that format. So, and I think the long format ones are good for your subscribers because at that point they know your personality and they're willing to sit with you and listen to what you've got to say. But long format for getting people in, I just don't think it works.
No.
I think like yourself, like this is going out for you this week. I've just done it myself. I've done my first long format one, which is a chat. It's like similar concept, and I'm interested to see how that does. As you say, people who already want to talk to you, listen to you, or give a crap what you're saying, will watch it. And is anyone new going to watch my face or your face, whatever, for half an hour? Probably not.
No, that's the thing, and it's like you've got to. It's finding that balance of tailoring for your audience and for new people.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Right, I think we've rambled on enough.
We
now.
have, yeah.
So, right, I'll let you do it. You do my outro. I did your outro last time.
I ain't
didn't
going
I?
at 'em.
Don't need to do. Just do camera press.
I'm shit at it.
Oh yeah, you are. Admittedly, it could be worse. Spud could be in it. End up knocking
Destroying
camera.
camera.
We'd have nothing left after go shop and buy it all brand new again.
It won't fit in here.
No, he's a big dude. I love Spud. Spud, if you're watching, love you.
Love, love, love.
Meow.
Don't forget your seatbelts on.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheese and bread.
Yeah. Right. thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Check out Oliver's channel, Broardsword Wargaming. And we all know this guy, but just check his channel out anyway if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Travis out. Peace.
You missed.
Ah, fuck it.